Gav, we're back for your part two. Hope you guys liked the first part. Second part gets a lot crazier. Make sure you guys are staying tuned on everything. We're gonna get right into it. I love this. This is a passion of mine. Stop it. You wanna go see my uniforms in there? You wanna go see my uniform? No? Yes? Yep.
All right, we're good.
Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Do you think football saved me and wrestling saved me from all that?
Probably.
A lot of people have said that. There was a point in my life where if I was going to get super serious with it, there was a point where I would have chosen to do.
chosen do what?
To do. You leave me alone, man.
It's not funny.
Yeah, it's not. Why do you hate me, bro?
I don't. I just hate some of the decisions you made.
Oh, God.
I just imagine you like little fucking fat little kid.
I was a little fat little kid.
Just fucking running around. I know what to do. Fucking.
Square nut. Right over left or right. There's so many useful information that was in Scouts. Like, you learn how to camp. You learn how to do like CPR. You learn how to do like legitimate first aid.
All right, let me ask you this. Hey, let's say you had to tow like a couple 100 pounds. What kind of knot would you want to tie? Like if you were like had to like pull something like tow.
Like a slack knot.
Okay.
Slip knot.
Okay. Is that gonna carry? Is that gonna pull?
Yeah.
Like 500 pounds.
Yeah. Even a square knot with the proper rope. What?
Good to know.
Why?
Just making sure the knot could withstand a couple 100 pounds.
You gonna tow me somewhere? Are you saying I'm 500 pounds?
No.
God damn!
No. I'm just making sure that the knot is suitable to withstand that copious amount of weight.
Or a bowline knot, but that's more for...
Yeah, a copious amount of weight. You know, I mean, I'm just...
Am I going to wake up one morning hearing the start of your engine?
No, it's nothing to do with you.
Not right?
It's everything to do with me.
Are you towing? You can't tow yourself somewhere.
You're right.
Oh, man.
But it's something I could do.
Like what? That's crazy. Y'all hear this shit? Y'all
me.
see this shit?
You tell me. Well, what's something you could do with a knot that could withstand a couple 100 pounds?
Hold a chick down.
Or
something that's really kinky.
Think about. All I was going to say is swing.
Yo, this is so dark. Oh my God, Gavin, do you need a hug, man? Oh, man.
I'm joking.
I think the knot you're looking for is a news. I love news. I love news.
New blue hoodie and the Blowfish.
Yeah, you want to talk about like the Phillies right now too, and like the Eagles? Right now we're 6-0.
6-0 going into a bye week. Number one football team in the NFL, and the Philadelphia Phillies. We were nobody thought in June that this team was even going to be close to the playoffs. We were becoming the fucking Cincinnati Reds. Nobody cared, but guess what? None of the real fans cared. All the real fans were still there. I was still tuning in. We might be down 13-1. We hit a home run. Like it in on Twitter. You can go look at my Twitter right now. All it is Philadelphia sports. And guess what? We fired Big Joe Girardi. He's actually Little Joe because he's small in the brain. Man's just 5 foot nothing in the brain. And you know what? We got Rob Thompson in this bitch. And that man shows no emotion. Not one iota of emotion ever. And we fucking... Oh, we're in the NLCS. And we're up 2 games to fucking 1.
I know.
The fucking San Diego Padres.
Well, dude, it was kind of wild last night. Like I remember we were, yeah, absolutely. It was 1-1. We were tied up, and then I start hearing some crazy shit, and I'm like, I'm in the kitchen, I'm chefing it up, and then I hear what? I run out the door. I'm like, all right, and I'm like, it's fucking 4-1, boys. Everyone in the bar is freaking the fuck out because, like, I know you were saying a while ago too that we were hoping just to win 1 game out of the series. But now you're saying this could go to a 7-game series, and we're up 2 games.
I'm pretty sure it's a best of 7. Yeah, but I'm I thought so when the season was ending, right? The Mets choked in first place for 178 days, or no, 142 days, 142 days or something like that.
Could be me.
And then anyway, so we play the Cardinals. Now, the Cardinals. I mean, I wouldn't like. I was going into it like, okay, if the Cardinals beat us, then that's a team I'm going to root for because they were the oldest team in the MLB.
Sure.
Like half of their team is retiring right now.
Yeah.
So, but then we beat them, and it was actually a revenge game in the game too, because back in 2011, what happened was Ryan Howard up to bat the last out of the game. We lost 1-0. It was a curveball middle of the plate that he rolled over onto the right side of the infield, throws it over to, or steps on the bag at first. Season's over. We lose. Ryan Howard tore his Achilles, and he's laying in a heap on the grass, and all the Cardinals team is celebrating right next to him, and he's just laying there, snapped his Achilles. It was revenge.
That's a wild surgery too.
Yeah, I know. So it was revenge because we just beat the Cardinals to end their season 2-0.
Yeah.
11 years after what happened to us, and then we were going off to play the Braves. Nobody thought we were going to beat the Braves. The Braves were the number one team in the NL. It was them and the Mets. The Mets already lost in the wild card, right?
Yeah.
So to the Padres. So now we're not to the Padres. Who did they lose to? Was it the Padres?
You're asking the wrong person.
It was the Padres. Yeah. So they lose in the wild card, and now we play the Braves, and guess what? We beat the Braves, 3-1.
Well,
the Braves, who beat the shit out of us all season, we just beat them 3-1. They won one game in the series.
So okay, let me ask you a question then. What do you think changed from the last end of this season, aside from a lot of the big coaching changes?
Well, the coaching changes are probably the biggest, but second of all, we got rid of a couple of hitters that our young talent is really stepping up. Like Alec Boehm, Bryson Stott. Remember, I was at Creekside watching the Mets-Phillies game, and Alec Boehm made 2 errors, and that's when he said to Didi Gregorius, "I fucking hate this place." And they caught it on camera. He got interviewed, and they were like, "Did you say that?" And he goes, "Yeah, I did." He was honest about it. And then now he's like, when we were winning and everything, he goes, "I fucking love this place," But he was honest, and that's what Philly respected him. They were like, "All right, you want to fucking hate us? Like, you want to fucking hate playing here? Do better. We won't boo you." And he did.
Well, that is the one thing that I love about Philly sports. And if you don't live around our area and you don't understand Philly sports, and this is coming from someone who, because of this podcast, is the reason I follow it. And a lot of the stuff, because I was freaking out about the umpires the other day with you. Yeah. I texted you. I was getting tight. Is one thing that I've learned, especially over the years, is Philly will respect you even if you're an ass. Mm-hmm. But the thing is the second you disrespect them, and you don't show any love back to try to fix it, you're done. Look at someone like Nelson Aguilar, right? Mans couldn't catch a fucking
and he
cold.
Wouldn't own it. If he would have just came out and said, I'm the reason that we lost a couple games. I'm really sorry. I'm working on myself. This, that, and the third. I will be better. I will try harder. Sure. But when he comes out and says some shit they don't understand how to, he doesn't own it. He just plays and he just keeps fucking up. And then he's like, man, bro, you suck.
Yeah. Sorry. No, I would agree. And that's the whole thing too. Is that really bothers me. Is Philly sports and Ben Simmons had this whole issue.
Oh, speaking of Ben Simmons, his Nets debut, baby. Did you see what happened?
No, I did not see.
His Nets debut, baby. He went 3 for 14 with 4 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, and he fouled out of the game. But he said before the season he wants to play Philly. I mean, Philly actually we're 0-2 right now so far.
Yikes. So. Well, yeah, people are. I do feel bad for them because it's you have the Eagles killing it, you have the Phillies killing it.
No, this is the thing. Every year the Sixers dominate in the regular season, and then we suck in the playoffs.
So are you saying that we're going to suck in the regular season and dominate in the playoffs?
Yeah.
I'm spelling rings this year. Well, see, everyone always dogs Philly and I noticed this especially more when you mentioned this when I was I don't want to say relearning, but when I was really getting into sports and I was having actual research for those podcasts. And the thing is I've noticed that especially with Phillies or not the Phillies, Philly sports. Oh my God, Matt, calm the fuck down. sometimes you're just gonna yell at yourself, you know. But like one thing I've noticed is like the continuation of how everything goes throughout the season is a lot of the times it gets carried by like how people are acting, how people are like contributing to like the actual like you said. Well, what's gonna be different when they're playing in Philly with
I
the
told
Phillies?
you. I literally
You know, you
said-
did it because it's like when you have the fans that we have, and people always say, we talked about this a million times. I'm sure you guys can find a billion clips of this. Philly fans in general are fucking wild. But when you have that kind of energy backed up and literally pumped into your veins, I'm a man. I'm gonna go to war. I want a lightsaber.
So think about this. Ready? Think about this. Imagine. Do you know who's just like right up there with Philly fans for football?
Who?
Bills fans.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Bills
I
Mafia.
watched the
Fucking
Bills
nuts.
and the Chiefs game.
Yeah.
That was a good game. That was a really good game.
Imagine a Bills Eagles Super Bowl.
Oh, well, see,
That stadium would fucking explode.
you know what's been pissing me off with football right now is those fucking Thursday games.
If I see the Denver Broncos play a primetime game one more fucking time, no, but the
Bro,
Thursday game this
bro.
week was good.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. But listen, all I'm saying is, dude, it's Broncos country. Let's ride.
Broncos country. Well, let's
ride.
Sponsored by Subway.
Dude, like they're getting a foot long in their ass.
Yeah, they suck.
And I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but there were so many times where
I do like the Broncos. I've always kind of liked the Broncos.
no, they're good, but like when you have someone like it was Peyton Manning, right? Someone that elevates that place. And I'm not saying Russell Wilson's like a bad player, but holy shit, dude! All I see is like replays of the game, and it's like a minute long, and it's like I don't know all the names. But like, this receiver's open. Why are you throwing into triple coverage here with two other guys that are all playing man, but you're triple coverage, and you're surprised ball didn't get caught, and now you have an interception, or you're just getting sacked, and now you're 3rd and 32. But
more like 3rd and punt.
That guy on TikTok, Trap House Sports.
Shout out Trap House.
Shout out Trap House Sports. A depressed
Throw a dime
to the defense, dude. It's. So, you know what he's been doing? So, for those of you who don't know, there's this guy on TikTok. He's called Trap House Sports. Gavin and I reference him all the time.
Hit that fucking red button on his account.
Dude, he is actually fucking funny. I want to buy some of his merch.
Dude, it's fucking hysterical.
And so what he'll do is like, let's say like it's just Trevor Lawrence, right? He throws a dime, but it's bad. Like, even if it hits the ground, like he'll throw it and it's like an interception, but like he turns into like Mr. Crocker from like this Philly Eye Parents, and he do an absolute dime to the defense, and it's just funny because it's just you don't expect this guy, and he goes, "Oh, this game had me absolute befuddled," and he just roasts people. And the thing is he's one of those creators that like will, because like so he's a big Cowboys fan, so obviously he hates Philly. Not that everyone doesn't already hate Philly, but he will make fun of his own team. Yeah. He is one of those people where it's like, ain't nobody safe.
Yeah.
I want to roast the other team, but it's like it was. I think it was the Cowboys game. Yeah. He was like,
Cooper Rush throws an absolute dime
to the defense.
CeeDee Lamb's open. To the defense.
Yep. And he goes, I wanted to turn. I went to go turn on the Cowboys game, and I saw it was 3rd and 32, or 3rd and punt, or 3rd and punt coming next play. And I was like, dude. Now, he is funny, but getting back to like the whole like MLB, that umpire thing is getting to be a problem,
Well,
dude.
did you see what happened in, I don't know if it was the minor leagues or like college or whatever, but it was a play. It was called strike 3. The guy tapped his helmet to review it. Like he tapped his helmet. Somebody reviewed it because everything was, the umpires was robots. They were automated. So they looked up at the big, like the scoreboard, and then they were like, calls being reviewed. They showed the stat track of the pitch and like where the box is, and then they were like, overturned. It was a ball, and then he got a walk out of it.
Really nice. Mm-hmm. Damn, I didn't know that. All I'm seeing is, but I have been seeing all over Twitter, on TikTok, like, and that's what got me fed up, because I was seeing, and like I try to follow a lot of this stuff, but I follow a lot of the MLB on like Instagram or Twitter, and it's like all I'm seeing is like the one, like it's so clearly a ball, like from any point of view, and you see the guy, the batter, and again I don't know his name, the batter goes, doesn't swing, sees it's a ball clearly, and then starts walking to the base, and the ump's like, strike, and you're like, he's like, what? He puts his hands up, and all of a sudden you see him take his mask off. You're out, get out. And then like he's like, you know, I mean, I would be pissed too. And then these people are just so pretentious. They will slow the clip down, and you see the plane of like the strike zone, and it's like out here.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Angel Hernandez. That's the worst umpire in the MLB. Also shout out what's his name? Joe West. Shout out Joe West.
Is that another bet ump?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and there's another one. I forget his name though. Fuck, what's his name? I forget. But yeah, shout out those bad umpires.
They have too much power, like just out here throwing people out, and it's like I get it. You don't want to be challenged, like you are the final say. Like, I get that, but like if you're gonna do makeup calls or whatever it is, at least try to be somewhat helpful, because like. And if you're gonna call strikes, you just want to get the fuck out of there. Just make it more obvious. Like, just be like, yo, I don't want to do this anymore. But like, I remember you were saying last year how bad the umpires were, and me, again, getting back into it for the sake of the podcast and for the sake of you and like you really kind of wanted to get back into sports. I didn't totally understand it, but now, like, okay, so I didn't understand that balk. I didn't understand that. And people were kind of giving him crap, but like there's just so much that like people are like, well, I see what the ump was trying to do, but like the clip, I'll have to find it. And it really sucks if I don't find it. But I sent you the video on Instagram. It was like the pitcher's like setting up ready to go, and he just moves his glove to just like I guess brush off his cack, or I don't know what the fuck he was doing, and then the ref calls it a balk, and the guy's just walking. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Mm-hmm. Like, at least have some leeway. Like just let people play. Yeah. And I feel like
that's how the NFL is. Like, I think taunting should be encouraged.
Yeah.
You get a big play, you fucking L dance on them, sure. I don't know. I think the quarterback. I think the quarterback is also a large grown man, and yeah, if it's a cheap shot that's going to hurt him potentially, then yeah, it should be a flag. But just tackling him should not be a flag. Like, throwing your body weight on top of him, it should not be a flag.
Especially with the way that a lot of these fucking O-linemen, like I mean, Cowboys, you figure your shit out.
Tom Brady got sacked, and he grabbed him by the waist and pulled him to the ground, and it was a flag. And I'm like, if it was a 5-yard flag, or like maybe like a what I don't know, maybe, but it's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. Like, if you got to think about it. If they're on the 30, now they're all of a sudden on the fucking 45. Marching down the field, like, and
that's a big game changer.
Especially if it's a good team. Yeah. Like, if you know how hard you got to work as a defense to get a good offense off the field. Yeah. You do that, and then because the ref says, well, there's a chance that the quarterback could have gotten hurt, so you can't.
And where was the whole thing with Tua then too? Right. It's like, how the fuck, dude? That was
literally has brain damage now,
dude. That, and you know what it was too? Is like, I didn't see that game or see the clips. All I heard was from like all like the NFL meme pages was like, oh man, dude gets hit by a car. Dolphins defense cleared to go to work the next day. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then, I go to TikTok or I go to like Twitter. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And I watch the original hit. Yeah. This man nailed. And then you watch it again, and he's playing, and he gets shaken down, wrapped around, smacks the field, and you just see his hands. Yeah. And I'm like, how? In what decent world? Like, I get this is a multi-billion-dollar organization. Mm-hmm. I understand that, but if you want this guy to perform at the level that he is, you gotta let him sit, dude. Mm-hmm. And like, at what point are you risking someone else's life to really just kind of play and be a proficient member of this team? And I'm still shaking my leg. Is it shaking?
You were.
Sorry. Why? Punching is bad. Did no one ever teach you that? Knocks me out. Just out cold. But yeah, I don't know. There things like that really do bother me, because it's like, I get it. It's a lot of money. You don't want to put in your backup. He might not be the greatest. You have something like Tua. Like, I get it, but just let them fucking just normalize themselves.
Yeah. But football game.
Yeah. Was it Matthew Stafford that had the conversation about the Tua thing? And he's like,
I don't think so.
I think Cody showed me the video. And then might not have been Matthew Stafford. But it doesn't matter. Basically, one of the quarterbacks, I'm pretty sure it's Matthew Stafford, but I could be wrong, had a conversation and goes, listen, man, I've been hit so hard. Sometimes I like forget like the rest of the half of the game, or I play the game and I remember when I get home and I watch film and I'm like, holy shit. And then I forget that you have someone like Aaron Donald, who squats like 800 goddamn fucking pounds,
Yeah.
and will headhunt. Well, not headhunt, but like he is looking to hurt you.
Yeah, speaking of headhunting, the 2009 Saints, Super Bowl champion Saints, might I add, fucking bounty gate. Like, there were players were having bounties put on them for them to hurt other players. It was incentive.
That was the thing.
Yes, literally all of the 2009 whole season. It was like they tried to get Kurt Warner out of the game one time, and like, you know, it's like if you knock out a player, like their best player, then you get an extra $1,000 or $5,000 or some shit.
Wow.
So
People are wild, dude.
I know.
Fuck, man. We just hit 52 minutes.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Holy.
All right, guys, we're gonna sign off of here. But guys, thank you for tuning into the Big Man's Cabana. Make sure you're also checking out our other podcasts. We put in a lot of work on this. We really want you guys to enjoy it. We do everything: conspiracies, movies, TV shows, everything. But you know, make sure you're liking and subscribing onto this podcast, and make sure you're liking and subscribing to that podcast. But this is just Gavin and I. This is how we are on like a regular basis, except usually it gets more physical. Not really, but regardless, seriously, guys, check it out. It's Stuttering in Silence on YouTube. And then I think our Instagram is Stuttering in Silence. And then Twitter is SAS Pod. TikTok is Stuttering in Silence Pod. Check that out. Same thing with Big Man's Cabana. Big Man's Cabana on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Instagram. It's all the same thing there. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Gavin, we'll see you in the next one. Other on Stuttering in Silence, we're on here.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll man.
I have to end it.
Roll man.
I have to end it. I have to end it.